Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Don from 1A Auto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And the next time you need a part for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
In this video, we're going to show you how to replace the automatic transmission shift solenoid in this Chrysler Sebring from 2004. It's the same process on these vehicles from 1995 to 2010, and it's also a similar process on a large variety of other Dodge and Chrysler vehicles. The items you're going to need for this repair is a new transmission shift solenoid from 1AAuto.com, an 8mm and 10mm socket and ratchet with a swivel, and you're going to need a pry bar, a type of cleaner, and a razor blade. Now, to access the transmission shift solenoid, we're first going to have to remove this air intake box. So you're just going to want to loosen this clamp right here. Now you just need to push it in these tabs here to separate the hose from the intake box. You just want to pull that away.
In addition to those tabs, I'm pretty sure there is a nut on top of that bracket right there that you'll have to remove. It was missing on our vehicle, but then you can lift out the airbox.
Now you're going to want to put a drip pan underneath where your solenoid is. And at the top of the solenoid there's this harness held in with an 8mm bolt. And we're just going to fast forward as Don removes that bolt, and then the harness just pulls right off and you can set it aside. The next thing that you want to do is remove these three 10mm bolts here. And again, we'll fast forward as Don does this.
And you can see a flexible joint or a U-joint between the extension and the socket will make that make it easier to get to that middle one. Use some cleaner. We're using actually carb cleaner, and just spraying it down, get some of the debris off to reduce the likelihood of anything getting into the transmission.
Once you've cleaned it off, you just want to take a pry bar and just pry it out. And then you can just pull back those harnesses and it pulls right off.
You'll need to remove the gasket from the transmission, and the transmission is aluminum, so be very careful not to scratch or gouge the aluminum as you use your razor blade to remove it. New part from 1A on the left, original on the right. Pretty much the same in every way, but you can see that the surfaces where the gasket mounts are thicker on the new part. That seals better. Okay, clean off the surface of the transmission. Again, we use a little bit of carb cleaner. If you get a little bit of that stuff into the transmission fluid, it's not going to affect anything. We do recommend doing a transmission service, change the fluid after this anyways. But you can see we put the middle bolt into the solenoid and then put it into place, and just be careful that you don't fold the gasket over or anything. Make sure it seats really well, and then we're going to fast forward here as we put the other two bolts in and tighten them up. When you tighten these bolts up, you want to tighten them firm, probably about 16 or 17 foot-pounds.
And we'll continue to fast forward as he replaces the harness and tightens up that 8mm bolt. You want to just put your air intake box back down into place, line up those holes with those tabs, and the hole on the intake box with that stud. And we'll just fast forward as he pushes that back down into place and reconnects the air intake hose and tightens up the clamp.
We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.1aauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.